Hey everyone, welcome back to more Hytale. Going to Castle Slockgorm. It's me, Keiko Comics, or Hero of the Heart, and yeah, I'll be going back in and let's see. Might just be doing the dungeons this time. Once we load in. Right. Because we already got that going up and up there. Let's see. Yeah, I do the dungeons, and I only have the other half of the floors to go, which might still take a fair bit of the week for me, and even longer for you guys, because, good golly, my upload schedule. But, let's see. I mean, I suppose I could also do some slight additions here, just to give it a little bit more. I mean, what else are we going to use that corner for? And same goes up here. Oh, well. There we have it. Alright, well. That's it for pleasantries and everything. So now we go on down. Because basically, every little bit of space has been used up, and hypothetically, or even probably, I, maybe should have considered having bathrooms or something, or restrooms or whatever. Probably, but don't necessarily feel like it. It's not like we actually need to use any such thing in a video game setting. It would be, I don't know. Maybe I will. It's just not something I want to mess with necessarily. Right, so the dungeons. Oh boy. So we've got a shit ton of space. 88 by 100 and something. 101, probably. 99. 88 by 99 area to put stuff in for the dungeon. Ugh. I'm not sure I want to do all that much. Shit, let's see. I mean, I could always have a double-decker. It's gonna double the number of holding cells, though. Oh, man. Do I need the dungeons? Probably, especially if I go for the full vision of the Tale of the Sunsword adventure map. Can you stop with that? Right, so about here. So I don't even know. I don't even know right now. So we got... There's no way it's 88. No way. Oh wait, right, because... this way it's 99. So... I would want to go for 11 block wide, or 22. 11's probably more reasonable to go for. And then the question is, how far back do I want it to go? Also, I guess this is already 11. It is. Alright, well, that makes that a simple... Stop replacing it every time I click. Okay. So we drop that there, probably. Except this is going to be really hard to move. Well, not super hard, but it's not going to be fun trying to move past that. Put it that way. That said... Well, let me see here. So, I've got... Let's get to full bright so I can see what I'm doing more clearly. Okay, so I need a 11 wide space. Probably. Alternatively, I can divide it by... Let's see... Not a lot of ways to really cut it up, truth be told. And if I make it 11 wide, it's going to be really cramped and narrow, and I don't really want to do that. But I don't want to go all the way to 30 freeze either. I need to think here, so... Because yeah, this is 11 by 11. I'm thinking I want to have a more circular kind of shape to the dungeons here. So, especially considering the only other time I made the dungeons and actually completed, well, I didn't even start the dungeons on the previous iteration, so it was only the first iteration that even had dungeons to begin with for, you know, for a Castle Sockworm. I'm probably gonna just undo that. So, with the original Castle Sockworm, I believe the staircase was actually bigger because it took up, you know, an entire quarter, or a much bigger portion of this floor on the basement than it does now. So it was closer to like 15 or even 17 by 17 in diameter, with probably, I think it was even a bigger staircase. And then, yeah, you had like several different cell blocks that all kind of just ran down to the end. I can't remember off the top of my head how many there were exactly. It was somewhere around 7 to 9, I think. And it was just this, yeah, one big hallway, and then a bunch of just cell blocks that don't connect or anything, just straight hallways of prison cells and everything. And it's like, yeah, just maximize all the holding cells and everything, and no other logic to it. Oh gee, I wonder how I got 200 something of them. Ugh. So that was an experience. So I want to do something a little different. I want to have actual walking space. But actually being able to loop the holding cells properly isn't going to come super easily, especially with where the staircase is positioned, and I would have to completely start this all from scratch if I wanted to reposition the staircase. Which is, no thanks. Not when I also just have a massive... I mean, okay, I still have like maybe a little less than 7 weeks to get this going, but every week that I burn building on the castle and places between the castle and the starting point is a week I don't have that I could be actually modding stuff, so kind of why I need to act quickly, and also, yeah, just flooding my YouTube. For those of you who are seeing this now, this is, yeah, this will be coming out like on 24th, so by that point I won't have 7 weeks, I'll have closer to 4 or 5 weeks. Yay! I'll also probably be completely done with the castle by then, because of, I mean, I got 3 more floors, and usually, yeah, granted I have been taking like multiple days per floor to actually get it all done, depending. The basement definitely took the longest because it's kind of one of the densest floors, just in general. Dungeon, I'm hoping to get it over and quick. And then, yeah, the entrance floor. Yeah, still took a few days, but... Or really, it was at least 1 day. I can't say if it was too much longer than that. Anyway, I need to actually, like, focus on what I'm doing here. So, yeah, it's... Yeah. It's gonna be, fun figuring this out. I'm thinking I do want more space to work with. So, here's the plan. I'm going to go ahead and... You know what, let's just, plot out... Let's see... Figure out the size I want for the cells. And their general spacing. It's just one big area. And I kind of want to, yeah, have, like... Maybe not necessarily a giant loop, but I definitely want... I want there to be more than just one path to go, especially for cornered. Which was one of the biggest design issues I had with the previous dungeons, where it was just big hallways and stuff, and so, you know, especially if you were coming here, you know, very early to rescue party members that had been caught, you know, just because, like, shit just happened and the map decided to play unfavorably for you or whatever, you know, and then now you're just forced to be here. Well, yeah, it was and yeah, you come down here to get your buddies out of the out of the dungeons, and then oops, too many guards, can't get past all of them. Of course, there's also going to be a spawning thing too, but and they also just didn't really have a lot of guards spawning by the actual cells. Because monster spawners are weird, it turns out. And they're hard to hide properly, and also, yeah, they would have just spawned into cells, but... Anyways, rambling about things that I'm not really able to tackle just yet, so... Let's get our, floor plan going here. So this is gonna be 13 by 13. So if I do 13 by 13, how much comfortable moving space am I got? Right, actually. Oh. So if I think about how I want to do this, this is going to be complicated. Weirdly complicated. Okay, so... I'm thinking I kind of want to have like 11 wide gaps, and then I can have the cells be 5 deep, or something to that effect. Maybe 4 deep if you don't include the space taken by the bars. So like, okay, let's get our measures back. So just double check. That's a train in the background. So 11 by 11. I don't know how big I'm gonna make all this be, but basically, let me just go ahead and like wrong block. I can just move all this when I'm ready. Okay, so spacing of this big, and then all right. So we got this going. I could always have the cells be like in the wall, but I don't really want to do that, I don't think. And yeah, I'm gonna go for thick dividing walls. Don't really need anything fancy because we're just, this isn't gonna be a nice place, put simply. Pardon? Okay. I did not grab the floor. Okay. So we have something like this. Oh wait, right, I'm doing my math wrong again. Okay, I probably should have just, might be too cramped to really work out. But we can hypothetically do something like this. And then, if we repeat this pattern, okay. Is it mathematically sound? No, it's not. Right, what am I doing wrong here? It might just be a matter of how it's lining up, but yeah, no, so... Because this is like... That's... 7. The idea is like, it's supposed to go, yeah. Chunks of 11, but... If we go any further, we end up with a sawed-off prison cell, which isn't going to work out. So what do? As I kind of don't really know right this moment. Did I misalign it? No, it's just the brick rotations. Alright. So let's think about this again. I don't want sawed off anything, really. I think maybe... Let's see here. Because it's gotta be essentially like multiples of 9 or multiples of 11. Leaning towards 11 because that's the only other, you know, the other direction that's has going to line up. And there's a gecko in the window. That's neat. So right, I think with the prison cells being okay, so let's try and go for it being that big. So, how much space do I get in between when I do this? Right, let's go ahead and actually just flesh it out. Okay, how much space is left? Because that should be like 91, right? Yeah. And then it kind of becomes a matter of like, of course I do want the that going on. So we get 91. Okay, so let's see, how much space did I give here? 7. That's going to be a little too cramped. I'm going to try... Not that, thank you. Let's try a gap of 9. That might be enough space. Let's see, because this is like 11. I guess we'll just see what happens. Well, that's a little confuddling. So I end up having a little bit extra space by 2 blocks. Just to confirm that. Yeah. So mathematically, it's just not going to cooperate. Ah, that's fun. And there's a whole matter of I'm gonna have to like actually kind of pretty things up and everything, and maybe I should just like build the supporting structure around this actual staircase first. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be kind of like getting a bunch of shit not happening, and then it's gonna be a waste of a video. Which, anyway. Okay, so we don't have a ton of room to work with here. Let's get what we can. So we've got all of this going on. It's kind of all the room we really have in this particular position. Of course, that's going to get lowered. Okay, Right, because it's gonna be multi-floor. 2, 3. Oh, right, it's only 15 tall here. So I can make the multi-floor be a little bit more actually, I have to make it be more condensed, unless I want to drop the floor out, which I'm not in a hurry to do. Okay, what can I do? What can I do? I think I kind of just like bite the bullet and do some shenanigans, I guess. Okay, so let's see here. I need it to be, let's see, an odd number of 11s. I don't need the prison cells to be terribly deep. And if I, let's see, shave off like, yeah, because the previous setup I had was basically trying to do shenanigans. So, because it was, I was doing 4, I was doing 4, 11, 4, and then 3, which would be 22. And that doesn't actually add up decently for a 99, because then you're going to get, oops, that's an even number trying to fit into an odd, you get split in half, and then as that half split, it's like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like, yeah, it was, yeah, it's the, what am I doing? Okay, I think yeah, I think what I go for is I just bullshit it or something. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we can align it later, so let's just use this to make it faster, especially since I've burned already like a bunch of time. Okay. I mean, you don't need a ton of space in these. Just enough to have someone, you know, exist in there. Okay. And then, yeah, on the opposite end there'll be, okay. I really wish it was a little less finicky to control these sometimes, like, Actually, I should really just grab all this, slime it over here probably, and then just kind of grab this. And drag it on over. Okay, lines up. I mean, it's probably getting us too many prison cells, but who cares anymore? Okay, it does at least align with our boundaries here, so that's a fair enough sign. Let's see, so how long is each? That's just 8, right? Wait, oh. Right. And then... Okay, so... what would be the sweet spot elevation-wise for copying all this? Go ahead and just leave that floating there. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if we move this up 1, boom. And the reason why we're doing that is because we can double layer the floor. Oops, wrong. Alright. I don't need it to be especially tall. And we can just grab all that, shove it up here. Okay. So that is a full cell block. Okay. And now, have doors placed later, probably custom doors or something, or I can just even use, like, temporary doors. Alright, but so what we're doing is... Alt-E... I actually probably should, E. Regular E, and then... I call it bullshitting, but... to some extent, no, this is just a, like... you know, kind of more a just vibes-based sort of like, you know, how best do I fit everything together in a way that is, like, you know, comprehensible and doesn't just have a bunch of free-hanging leftover space. Okay, so we've got all that put together. So, going both ways. And now, if we cut away about 11 blocks... Oh, and also probably should, like, repair this real quick. Okay. So... do you mind? Okay. So the gap between these guys is... let's see... yeah, that's about 13. Yeah, this, yeah, here to here is 13. So that gives me some wiggle room, especially for if I want to put anything here. And I might. We'll see. This is probably already also way too many holding cells. Holy fucking shit. So I might actually want to keep some of the corridors wide and maybe even knock out a couple of cells. Alright, so... go ahead and actually we'll grab that. And we're gonna see... Probably shouldn't grab the whole damn thing, but too late now. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let me measure, so... Because if I do the whole combined thing, that's gonna be like... So it's gonna be 9s. And we've got how much space between... 91. So... Let's see, let's think about... How would I get 91? I don't recall if that's a prime number or not. So this may be confusing or something. Not sure yet. Right, so let me think about this. So 91, we're working with 9s, and then we want spacing of roughly 11 or so. So if we have, alright, so 9 plus 11, that'll be 20. Yeah, well, okay. That'd be more like, so it'd be 31. Oh, it might just work. Okay, so it'd be, because it'd be a 20 per row of blocks, and an extra 11 because we got, yeah, because they alternate, and it's all sandwiching layers and stuff. So yeah, what we could do is gaps of 11, and then the cell blocks each would take 9, and then, you know, you get 11 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20, 91. Okay, we have a plan. Fuck everything else, we have a plan. Actually raise that up. Perfect. Alright, let's set that plan into motion. I'll go ahead and also put a couple of things in for the cells. They'll definitely be getting some kind of a bed. I don't want it to be like too terrible, but also not too comfy either. Not a lot of space, but you know what? That's just kind of how it is, isn't it? Why do the beds have to be so big? Alright, let's see, where are the doors at? Here. At least I can just directly connect these to the bars, unlike in Minecraft. Shit. Put it that way. For now. Okay, and then I'll still get yeah, basically a makeshift small table with a candle. So you got some space to actually, like, exist. I might have to just revisit this anyway, but like... Oop. Ah, shit. That's what undo is for. And there's a train again. I really just throw away bars. Alright. Which way do I have to bed? Yeah, I've got it that way. Grrr. Stop being a mess. Alright. Okay. And well, we'll try with it like this and see where it goes. Oh, this might not work. Because well, I can actually make the space a little bit tighter then for the walkway. It won't be fun, but I can. That said, maybe my solution would be to not just rely solely on prison cells. As a thought. Because that was one of the things, is like, yeah, there wasn't really anything to do when you were put in one. It's just a bunch of ugly rows of wasted space. Ugh. So I'm thinking, yeah, probably just like, whatever. Which one did I even grab? Come on. Okay. Oh, for... What did I even copy? What? Did it just not paste? Okay. Oh. Oh, that's why. Oh, you know, I'll just I don't need that there, and then I can... I had it with this stupid thing when it just does that. Alright. Because one thing though is like, you know, the castle would like probably still have a dungeon or something, just because, you know, no matter how good or whatever you may try to be, you're still gonna have people that you're kind of want to have not in your society, or not active in society. Very, very likely. Just as like a consequence of, you know, how people are. Alright, so that should be all good that way, I guess. I still don't feel great about, like, yeah, we'll just stop. Okay. Figure out how all this works out. wish I'd saved like screenshots or something of how I'd done it before. Can you stop second guessing where I'm trying to click? Please. God, this is not working out. It's just not. Okay, okay. I don't know. You know what? I don't want to be on this for so fucking long. It just kills me. So, yeah, kind of just bite the bullet and stick with original plan and move on. We'll get back here later when it's actually doable. Hopefully. Are you for real? Okay, might be the mouse then if it's just doing that. Can't. This just sucks. What's the time? Oh. Yeah, nah, see you guys, soon. I thought this would be a simple copy-paste job.